Hi, we're here again at the American Dream Today set. Martha Borghese.
And I'm Jarrod Goforth. And I want to thank Sherry and John Baines for inviting us to come and show off their beautiful house that they have for sale. And if you want to call Sherry or John, you can, or you can call the show and we can get you in touch with them. And there is a lot to selling a home.
Yes, there's many steps, and it could be a long process or a short process.
How can we make it a shorter process?
Well, normally you really want to make sure that you are teamed up with the right professionals and you have the right guide.
To make it run a little seamless.
Exactly. But before we even go there, how was California?
The game didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted, but we had a really good time and so forth. And something that was on my bucket list was the giant redwoods they have, the Sequoia redwoods, and that was amazing to me. As a matter of fact, take a look at this clip and it gives you a little bit of idea of what we're looking at in size.
I can only imagine.
Hey, this is Jarrod Goforth with the American Dream Today. I just wanted to have you take a look at this giant redwood. We're going inside of it. I'm technically in the giant redwood. As you can see, it goes way up. It's been burnt in the past. And it's absolutely amazing. I want you to look at that. I am inside the tree. Reporting from the American Dream Today, inside a giant Sequoia redwood tree in California.
Wow, how long does it take for a tree to get that long and big and huge?
I don't know on that one. Obviously, it was big enough for me to go inside of it, but there was a little thing out front that had a cutting of a tree, and it was over 2,000 years old. I mean, that tree was alive before Jesus Christ was born. I mean, think about that.
Oh, wow.
Well, and one of the things I think about is, well, it looks like termites would eat that wood. And I don't know, sometimes I think the Lord looks after me too, because lo and behold, there was a guy in a little, I don't know, a go-kart on the trail, on the tracks there. And he came and was getting creosote cross ties. And I actually asked him about the termites and the redwoods and all that stuff. And as a matter of fact, take a look at this clip. This is what he had to say.
Yeah, this is our regular workhorse right here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right, that's a gas engine. Is that what that is?
Sure is, yeah.
Okay, and what are you guys doing?
Replacing tires down on the track down there. There's some tires that are bad, so
okay.
we're just fixing them.
Those are creosote treated, or?
Those are definitely, those right there, that is, yeah, brand new one.
Okay.
They're creosote treated.
Okay, that's...
And those are fur, so.
All right, and let me ask you something else. Do you have termites here?
We have termites here, but that's with the creosote.
Okay, so you don't have much problem. Do you have drywoods or subterranean, or do you know?
I'm not really sure the varieties on them.
Okay.
I know we have termites around here, though. I see them around.
Excellent.
So that's why things like redwoods and stuff, termites don't bother.
So they don't bother redwood?
They won't eat redwood.
That is good, because they've been here for thousands of years, actually, right?
Redwood is like a last resort for a termite.
Oh, okay.
It's got like a satanic acid in it, and they won't touch it.
Perfect.
So you mean to tell me there are different types of termites and...
Oh, you noticed me talking to him about that?
Yes,
Yeah. I tell you what, I'll answer that question, but let's go look at a little bit more of the house, and then I'll get back to that, because that is very important.
Okay.
All right, let me show you. This kitchen is absolutely gorgeous.
Love this kitchen. Look at that space.
It is gorgeous. I love the granite.
Yes.
And they've got the hardwood throughout the place. I like that also. And even the light fixtures, which we mentioned before, Sherry has great taste, except for John. But, and she really does a great job with presenting the house and decorating it, the whole 9 yards.
Love the colors, love the materials.
Absolutely.
So you were talking about the different termites.
Oh yeah, the different termites.
Tell me about it. You think I forgot?
No, okay. Well, they actually have drywood termites, and then there's the eastern subterranean. Most of the drywoods are towards the coast and so forth. You're not as likely to see that. Mm-hmm. And the termites live in the ground here, and they come up and get in the wood. And most people try to stop the termites from coming from the ground and getting into the house. And there also are promotion termites. They are really bad. My cousin David Spillman up at Goforth Exterminating, I know it sounds a little unusual, but anyway, he found some along the railroad tracks, a matter of fact, and they were thinking it had to come from there. And all the promotion termites came from Formosa, Japan.
Wow.
And they're generally in port cities and things like that, but you never know.
And I understand those are more aggressive.
They are much more aggressive. They are real bad news. They can eat at a much higher rate. The colonies are much larger, and it's a big deal. A matter of fact, doing a home inspection is one thing, but almost every house used to, that was all they did was a termite inspection. And then we found termite problems, they were termite damage, and that's kind of where the home inspection evolved from.
Oh, from the termite inspection to everything else,
Yeah,
to a general inspection.
absolutely. And now that they're doing termite inspections, it's not as likely to find heavy damage and so forth, but you also notice that the termites they find them, they take care of them, you don't have a lot of damage most of the time, but every now and then you get this certain house and it is bad. And a matter of fact, I've got some footage of one I was doing just recently, and it's got termites pretty bad.
Now, let me ask you something, just a household tip. How often do the homeowners need to spray for termites or treat for termites?
That's a good question. If your house is 15 years old, you probably are due for termites. And after that aging process happens, you need to have it treated and then keep that annual warranty. They'll go and check it each year, and that's an excellent thing. Even if we don't find termites, we find ductwork knocked loose, we find plumbing leaks, things that you may need to know about. And it's bad. I mean, it can be bad. As a matter of fact, look at this video at how big these termite tubes are inside of this one house. This is Jarrod Goforth reporting from the same crawl space that had powder post beetles. Now I want to show you what termites look like. This is termite tubes on the wood. This is a termite tube on the wall. This is a very large, you can see another one. Let's see if I can zoom into it down at the other end. Maybe not quite as clear as this one. This is my hand and this is my flashlight. That is a very large termite tube. Let's see if we can crack it open and see if there's actually any termites. So we're going to take this little piece of wood and knock it down. If you look closely, those little white insects are termites that you see. And this is Jarrod Goforth reporting from another fun spot in the crawl space. Wow, did you see the size of those termite tubes?
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. A matter of fact, one of the things that people don't realize is there's more than just termites. When everybody says, oh, I need a termite litter, I need a termite inspection, and there's more to it than just termites. We have powder post beetles.
Powder post beetles?
Yes, powder post beetles. Do you know what those are?
No.
Well, they're insects that lay an egg on the surface of the wood. The larva bores into the wood and it eats the wood out. And it can, over a long period of time, do pretty severe damage. As a matter of fact, John, who owns this house, I just did one for him and it had powder post beetles and one of the floor joists had cracked and broken. Luckily, the house was in pretty good shape, so they felt good about it and went through with purchasing it, but it needed some attention and that needed to be fixed. As a matter of fact, I've got some footage here that we can take a look at. This is the same house you just looked at with the termites, and it's got powder post beetles too, so it's got a double whammy.
Wow.
Check this video out. This is Jarrod Goforth in a crawl space trying to talk about wood-destroying insects. One of the wood-destroying insects that we don't get a lot on is powder post beetles. This is powder post beetles. You can see the powder coming out of the holes, and they can cause damage over time. And it's, as you see right up there, you can see some of that damage. They're not like termites. Termites live in the ground. These insects live in the wood. Reporting from a crawl space for the American Dream Today, this is Jarrod Goforth.
Well, after seeing that, that's so scary. So the next step is actually quantify what the damage is then.
Well, the damage is the very next step, exactly. And I feel like that's one good thing with using someone to inspect your house like me. I've been doing this since 1986. I'm a licensed
pest control person and a licensed home inspection person. I was doing the home inspections before they even required a license. Over 15 years ago, they started the licensing process, and that is the most important thing. Do you have insects eating it, and how bad is the damage? And that's what we get into. But we don't have time for that right now. We'll go check out some more of Sherry and John's house as y'all watch these commercials. Be right back. Don't you just love the way this whole thing is open and inside? And just,
look at that fireplace.
Oh, I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous, yeah. Home Styles Gallery and Specialty Shops, located in Mint Hill. With over 50 vendors and over 9,000 square feet, you can find what your heart desires. Anything from personally handmade baby clothes to high fashion, jewelry, even that special bottle of wine. It's located in Mint Hill, North Carolina in the McEwen Shopping Center.
Homeownership. That's why I'm here. I'm a real estate agent licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina. If you're thinking on buying a house or selling your house, I can help you. Or if you just want to call me and know how much your house is worth, or if you can afford it or not. I also speak Spanish. Usted si necesita o está pensando en comprar una casa, llámeme. Yo con muchísimo gusto estoy aquí para ayudarle y estar a su lado en todo el proceso.
Maximus Music Records Studio, an exclusive environment with private sessions just for you. From Grammy Award-winning clients to just starting out, we've got you covered. 17 years of experience. Studio A, Studio B, recording, music production, mixing, video films by Crucifix Productions, Sony C800G, and the 1987 Neumann U87A. The go-to mics for Nicki Minaj, Pitbull, Katy Perry, Rihanna, John Legend, Usher, J-Lo, Lil Wayne. MaximusMusicRecords.com, 704-336-9118.
Hi, I'm Jarrod Goforth with The American Dream Today. I'm here with
Carrie Greathouse, Metro Village Properties.
and
Sarah Magruder, America's Elite Realty.
we're filming a real estate reality show in the Charlotte area, and we need your help. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, or if you're in the trades, please give us a call at the number below. Welcome back. What do you think of the place?
I just love this. You know, I'm a person of fireplaces. And yes, as soon as you come in, the focal point is just the stone and the fireplace.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I do love the way, I mean, you have the stairs you come down, you've got it so tastefully decorated, you have the stone fireplace that you're looking at. Whoever buys this house is going to get a very nice house.
Beautiful.
And when people come to see them, they'll know they have got a first-class place.
Very nice.
So we did one for you. Do you remember just recently with
that
the
is,
insert?
with the insert, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and you were asking me how it worked and so forth, and that's a very good question. Let's talk about this one for just a second first. This one actually has a fan on it that can come and blow that into the house, and that's a nice little added feature. An insert would probably do a little bit of a better job. As a matter of fact, let's make like we're at a library and check this out. Hi, I'm Jarrod Goforth with Home Inspectors, here with
Marta Borghese with England Walkers. And we're here because I really want you to tell me how this works. I love the look, but I just don't know.
Come a little bit closer and I'll show you. This right here is a fireplace insert. And what happens is you put your wood in here, and since it's surrounded by metal, the metal gets nice and hot. You have control of the damper here. In the summertime, you have it closed so that warm air doesn't come in. But in the wintertime, when you're using it, you open it up. And of course, if you're not using it, back to close. And that controls that damper here. You can plug this in when you're going to use it, and there's a control here. There's a little fan with a speed control right here. Yeah, and what happens is it'll heat all this. This fan blows and throws that air out into the room, and it makes it a whole lot warmer. Where normally, if you have a fireplace, it vacuums all of your air, goes right up the chimney, and it's not very efficient at all. It's not what you're looking for. But with this, not only can you do that, you can shut this off. Well, it helps you know how to do it. You can open it completely up and let it burn the way you want it to, or at night you can damper it down so it lasts through the night and you don't have to go back and restart the fire. And then when it's not running, you can just cut that off and it makes a big difference in the house.
Wow, what a great way to heat the house.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
nice to have, and I actually love the look.
Oh, it is. It's very cool. I should say it's very warm, not very cool.
Yeah. So that's something I learned.
Yeah, they have that insert, and they can use that if they want to. Not just when the power goes out, it'll really help heat the house. And if they keep the fan going on the actual furnace they have in the house, it'll circulate that air even better.
That's great to have. Just as a backup plan and being able to get the house warm.
Exactly. No, it'll be something that they can manipulate and use when they need to, not just when the power is out, like I said, and they'll enjoy that fireplace.
Now, do you see that often nowadays? Do you see inserts like that? Is that common or?
Not a lot. And believe it or not, when I was little, we actually heated with wood with a freestanding insert that was in the, freestanding metal fireplace. Everything was inside of it, and the flue went up and it radiated heat into the house. That was a lot of work. I'm glad that people are using gas and electric now, and actually probably a little bit cleaner too, that you don't have all those fires going out there.
Oh, of course.
Speaking of going on out there, there's a lot of house left to see. What do you want to do? Upstairs, downstairs? What do you want to see next?
So many choices, but let's go upstairs.
All right, let's check it out.
Okay.
I just love, there's two sets of stairs. There's one over there, and then this set too. But I think the way this lays out is really cool.
Very nice. I love when you have two sets. You know, I always say real estate is personal and emotional. And it's personal because you want to make it yourself. And in this setting that we are right now, I can picture myself, and I'm sure you can too.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why one of the things that we recommend our clients when we're ready to list a house is just to remove every little thing that is too personal, that will prevent somebody coming in, being able to identify themselves.
And you can tell Sherry and John are real estate agents, they know that. Mm-hmm. And not only did they remove the pictures, they made sure the walls, the little holes, and it's been painted, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
after you fall in love with the house,
yes,
what's next?
There's still problems, because someone's going to come and do the inspection on it. And you may look at a house and go, this one's perfect. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's not what you expect, it's what you inspect. Do you remember the house I just did with the fireplace that we just talked about?
Oh yes, I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, the kitchen, they'd redone the house and it looked great. And everything from looking from the surface area looked great. But when we opened up underneath the kitchen sink, there wasn't one problem, there wasn't two problems, there were a few problems. As a matter of fact, here's an example.
So tell me, how do you find?
The house looks great, and it's not in that bad a shape, but sometimes you come across little hot pockets of things that are not in perfect shape. No, scared. There's no GFCIs in the kitchen. The house is so old, it's not something that they would have, even though they are in the bathroom, and maybe at a little later time we can go into that. Well, let's just open this up and take a look here. If you look here, you've got exposed wires. You've got an outlet underneath here that's not very well secured, but not terrible. If you notice, this goes uphill, so there's going to be water holding on this, holding inside there, and it'll cause it to leak early. The other thing is, this right here goes to your dishwasher, and that is supposed to loop up higher than the sink drain, because if this was to get clogged going up there, water could come in here and run out of the bottom of your dishwasher. If you're there washing something or whatever.
And overflowing.
Yeah. Exactly. And with that overflow, you're going to have a problem, and it would make a mess before you realize.
Yeah, and the floors will be involved, and then
yeah, you can
walls
cause
and
a lot of
walls.
damage, a lot of damage. And that's very simple. If you think of, well, I don't want a lot of problems, what's a little string to pull that up and hold
Yeah,
it?
it's easy fix.
All of these are fairly easy. The electrical, you may not want to try yourself, but for the most part, this is fairly simple. A matter of fact, in the bathroom, I want to show you how the GFCI is not exactly working right, but without even doing any repairs, you can make it work properly.
Okay, show me.
All right?
Well, that was a good example of
It really was.
when you, in a little space, you can find so many problems. But on the other hand, they are all fixable. And
yes.
it's very important. On the other hand, I notice, let's start this way. You as an inspector, what will be, if I call and I schedule an inspection,
Okay.
what will be the best way for my client to be prepared by the time they go there?
Utilities is the first thing. They got to have the utilities. If they're living there, that's usually not an issue. But you know, there's also little things. You know, we're back at the fireplace, to roll back just a little bit. They'll put the pilot out in the summertime and they won't relight it. And then what comes up on all the reports? That the pilot wasn't lit and it wasn't fully inspected. So then they want somebody to come back out there, feel like they've been jilted, or they want you to prove that it works properly or something along those lines. So the utilities, and make sure everything you've got is on. And I noticed you helped me the other day find that remote.
Exactly. So if there are any fixtures that have remote controls, they should be accessible and
I don't want to go through your drawers.
exactly.
Okay, take that in the right stance, but I don't want to go through anybody's drawer in anybody's home. But the thing is, it does need to be accessible, and there's a lot of times we search for keys to get in a crawl space or something, and why do people with nothing in the crawl space put a lock on it? It's always the ones full of stuff always don't have a lock, and sometimes valuable stuff, if there's a lock on the crawl space, it seems to have nothing in it. But those type things are what we're looking for, and you need notes if you say this is the key to the crawl space or something. That's a very good question.
Very good. Same thing for garage spaces. We want to be able to inspect garages. Some of the times, most people use garage as a deposit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to go on back to the video, they're going to the bathroom to check out some electrical things. And here's sometimes, even after the inspectors come, maybe the outlet doesn't work or whatever, and we'll show you some tips here that might save you as the seller and the buyer a little bit of money. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, now you see this little light is on right here on this outlet. When you press this and reset it, the light goes off. It tripped the one in there and in here. They tripped so quick.
Both of them. Okay.
That's right. Now that we've reset that one, come on, we'll see if the other one's working. Okay, this is more the big concern. It's not those little things that you found inside. This vent should be up like this in the summertime and maybe be closed in the wintertime, but you got to have a good moisture barrier. If you follow us, I'll show you. Come on in. There's some moisture problems here. All right. Look, if you'll hand me the camera, I will show you how the situation is here. Do you see that moisture up there? If you look, there is water actually beading up on that nail.
I see it.
Yeah, you see that? It's all throughout the crawl space. It's actually worse further in the crawl space. And the problem is you have all of this moisture this is a moisture barrier right here. It's just plastic. They only have a little bit right here. The rest of the crawl space is open dirt. What happens is the moisture in the ground evaporates and tries to turn into clouds, but it's trapped in here. It has no way to get out.
So there is no circulation.
Right, and you see the vents are closed. So what happens is it gets trapped in here, and it technically rains inside the crawl space. The moisture comes up just like it does in the real world on the outside, and it collects on this, and when it gets cool, it drops into the crawl space area and don't have a way to escape. So you do need to keep your vents open, and you need a moisture barrier. In the wintertime, you don't want it. And even if you did leave it open in the wintertime, you don't want it open by the bathroom areas. It will freeze and cause some problems.
Wow. So let me ask you something. When they see the readings of the moistures are high, what would you say?
Well, we have a moisture meter that we put in, but when it's dripping with wood, it's so saturated that the moisture level is going to be through the roof. So It's so high here, it's literally
that you can
wet to the
actually
touch.
see it.
Exactly.
You don't need readings. You can actually see it.
See it with the naked eye, and you just look, you can see the photographs. And some of the wood is black a little further up there. Black shows accelerated moisture.
Okay.
Brown rot is usually over a long period of time.
Okay.
And all this rot that you see in here, or this high moisture, it's gotten up, but this house has been vacant for a while. It's wintertime. We arrived in the wintertime. It's freezing, but the air condition was on, so I know no one's opened the vents, no one's been here. So I think they kept it up for a long time and just hasn't recently.
Okay, so you really think that just with the barrier, we're good?
That's right. The moisture barrier should take care of this.
Okay, great,
all right.
Great, thank you.
Home Styles Gallery and Specialty Shops, located in Mint Hill. With over 50 vendors and over 9,000 square feet, you can find what your heart desires. Anything from personally handmade baby clothes to high fashion, jewelry, even that special bottle of wine. It's located in Mint Hill, North Carolina, in the McEwen Shopping Center.
Hi, I'm Ivory Joyner with Allen Tate Realtors. If you would like your home on the show, just contact us on Facebook at The American Dream Today, or call me at the number below, or on our website, allentate.com.
Hi, I'm Jarrod Goforth with The American Dream Today. I'm here with
Carrie Greathouse, Metro Village Properties.
and
Sarah McGruder, America's Elite Realty.
we're filming a real estate reality show in the Charlotte area, and we need your help. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, or if you're in the trades, please give us a call at the number below.
Homeownership. That's why I'm here. I'm a real estate agent licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina. If you're thinking on buying a house or selling your house, I can help you. Or if you just want to call me and know how much your house is worth, or if you can afford it or not. I also speak Spanish. Usted si necesita o está pensando en comprar una casa, llámeme. Yo con muchísimo gusto estoy aquí para ayudarle y estar a su lado en todo el proceso.
Maximus Music Records Studio, an exclusive environment with private sessions just for you. From Grammy Award-winning clients to just starting out, we've got you covered. 17 years of experience. Studio A, Studio B, recording, music production, mixing, video films by Krucifix Productions, Sony C800G, and the 1987 Neumann U87A. The go-to mics for Nicki Minaj, Pitbull, Katy Perry, Rihanna, John Legend, Usher, J-Lo, Lil Wayne. MaximusMusicRecords.com, 704-336-9118.